Hello, Roland Jung from EPLAN Canada. Today I wanted to talk about RiPanel. So here I have a configured panel, as you can see, that I actually created. It has a couple of modifications, and in these modifications I was actually testing some specific holes. You can see here I actually placed a few. Some of them are actually metric holes, and some of them are imperial values, so rounded up to a certain degree. Now, the other thing, I did also put some shapes up here and different things. I added some accessories. So within the accessories, I added LED, light at the top. I added a couple of different things. So this is just to see how this configuration actually works out in RiPanel. And the idea and what I wanted to do is actually share this with my EPLAN customers, or actually with our Rittal Application Center people that do own EPLAN, and see how we transfer this, what we worked out here, and how we actually use it within EPLAN. So it's quite interesting because here on this button, you can get technical data. And when you get technical data, you put your email address here and you can choose what you need. So what's the most important thing is this one here, ProPanel data. And of course, you can also go with, if you have the Perforex, with the BC and LC directly, or the RiPanel processing center, whatever you actually need. So I actually did put all of them to check out what we get. And what comes out is you get an email. This email tells you this is your configuration. You can open again. And with all the data that you requested, that you can download. Now, of course, once it's downloaded, it comes up with a zip file, which I unzipped. And here is what we do have. We have the configuration file, and we have the EPLAN ProPanel data. Very, very simple. You can actually here click and double click on a ZW1, which is a backup. And this will simply open here this small dialog, which most EPLAN users actually know, because it's basically a restore dialog that will ask you where you want to position this project. Very easy, and it just opens it. Quite interesting is the result out of it. So here I actually did check it out. It does have a few pages in there, like nice 3D view, another one here. And I realized that for some reason they did not put any plot frame, because a lot of the people have their own plot frame. Remember, plot frames are usually created within the companies and inside your own template. So this is, of course, the template from RiPanel. They have not decided which one is the standard one to use. Just pick the FN1001. It's going to work out. And you do have then a page like this. I would have expected it to be centered. So anyways, you can recenter it, whatever. It's basically just a confirmation of what has been generated. I'm a little bit surprised it doesn't show up like within the full page, but this is primarily something we can discuss with the RiPanel people, why they haven't done this. But the most important thing about this is not really the auto views, is actually the fact that this is a confirmation of what was sent to you. And you can actually check it out here if you go to the layout, and you will see everything is there, including all the single part numbers that you picked, right? So from here, we can actually reuse this and use it within EPLAN, or even more simple is to just go here. Sorry, this is my EPLAN that just started. Simply take it as is. If you want to produce it, you can just take it here, file, export, send it to the machining that you have, so a BC, LC, or Rittal Processing Center. Here in Ontario, we have the Perforex BC, and I can just send it here, and it will just generate the whole data for the Perforex, and this is done. So all the holes, all the rectangles, everything that was ordered. Now, just to actually cross-check, I'm going to go and generate this drilling view that I have, and technically most of us know how to do this. Under the drilling views here, we have created a small template which we called RAC, right? RAC Rittal. something that we can actually import because we have also saved it as a classic scheme. And here what we do is we just generate in a section we call RAC, so it's easier to find, all the drilling views that are related to that particular object. So here we can see we are requesting actually for the fan some sort of a rectangle and holes. And what I wanted to check upmost is, does every single hole here appear? And I have a proof of concept here on the right hand side. We can see we have 9 different holes that are actually requested. Some of them drilled, a rectangle, and some of them are threaded. So I did select M3, M6, M2.5, and I also went with a 3175 and a 4826 just to see if the values actually come across. Everything is perfect. And of course, if I run this on my Perforex here, I will see how many of those holes can be done, how many can be treated, because as soon as this is done, it actually tells me, okay, 3 of those cutouts could not be exported, and then I can check which ones they are. So this is the number one thing. If the only goal you have is to reuse this on the Perforex. If you want to use basically this panel inside your existing project, then what I would invite you to do is basically inside a regular project. Let's see if I have one here. Yes, I do. Well, if you want to reuse it here inside your layout, your existing layout, what I recommend you do is you jump over to the master data management and you create yourself a mechanical assembly which basically carries the name of that configuration, and you apply and you assign the macro that actually comes with everything here under EPLAN ProPanel. This is the macro that we're talking about. This macro assigned to a part number or to an assembly will now enable you to basically come in here and place the enclosure and use it as is. So in this particular case here, I'm looking for something that is the RiPanel part number assembly that I created. And there you see it. It just appears, boom, as you saw it in that other project. Now you're inside your own project. And the beauty about this is that all the part numbers individually have been transferred into this project. So the beauty behind the scene is that everything you did configure on the RiPanel now is inside your EPLAN project. And of course, if you look through the detailed documentation, whether it's the kitting list for that one, it will tell you basically that yes, you have this assembly, this configured panel, but inside this configured panel, you will also find all these individual door operated switches that I actually added. I added a couple of lights, and everything that I actually added inside my RiPanel actually shows up here in detail. So it's really super cool. And the panel itself, so backplate, everything is there. So it's a nice feature to be reused. So if you configure something once in RiPanel, you can actually start using it in EPLAN. And because of the way that we handle our standard material, we have it now inside our standard material, and you can even share it with other people out there. So within your group, you can actually upload it maybe to eStock, which is our cloud synchronized parts management, and they could just download it from there, and there you go. Your RiPanel went to EPLAN, went to eStock, and now can be shared with everyone that has access to that eStock. Really cool feature. And of course, everything that you did, every hole that you did is directly transferable through the regular export, machining, Perforex, EC or LC, or Rittal Processing Center. So I hope you liked this video and you can make good use of it. If you like this, subscribe or send me some comments down at the bottom, and I'll try to help you with other things.